Welcome to this challenge of sorts with me, Mr. CLEP. Ladies and gentlemen, here's the challenge. Can it be done? I'm pretty sure it can be. Just given enough time, I don't see why not. One greenhouse, can I become a millionaire? Now when I say one greenhouse, I don't just mean this greenhouse. This is our start greenhouse. Base game, small. I've got a $5,000 loan, because you can do it in increments of 5. This costs $3,000, and I've had it filled with water. And here's the premise. I'm going to set this off running, and we're going to see how long it's going to take. Now the question is, as always, do you run all 3? Do you just run 1? Lettuce pays out more, but strawberries are more, you get more of them, so you're better off, you know, which way around you do it. I'm going to go with strawberries to start off with. I don't have any equipment, I don't have any machinery, I don't own any fields, and that's the thing about this. This is no field farming. A little bit when I did that one a little while ago, was it 6 years to millionaire, no farming, and it was all using solar panels and bits and bobs and stuff like that. So this is, can we farm, can we be a greenhouse farmer? I've got myself a list of instructions, they are in the description, a list of rules if you want. Stick to those rules if you want to, don't stick to those rules. You can do however you want to with this sort of challenge, that's entirely up to you. I'm going to read them out to you, but here's the thing, I don't own any equipment, I don't own any machinery, I don't have anything else, I've just got this greenhouse, that's it. It was left to me in my grandfather's will, and that's all I've got. So, I have to set everything to selling directly, because if I click on here now, I can set it to storing, and that's wonderful, but I can't take it to a sell point, because I've got nothing to take it to a sell point with. So that I'm going to set to selling directly. Now I'm going to lose a little bit off that when we start off, but there's not a lot I can do about that. So what I've got to do is I will speed up time and I'll go through, and then once I've sold enough, whatever that might be, I can then potentially look at, to increase the amount of money I earn, I can then start placing sell points. Let me go through the instructions first. The challenge is only modhub mods are to be used. No XML file tweaked super greenhouses, you know. You start with a small base game greenhouse, check. No open air gardens, allotments or orchards. They have to be greenhouses. Now that's not to say I'm not going to use Omatana's open air garden pack, because there's an item in that I want to use. My rule is this is greenhouse farming. So again, that's up to you. So you can either sell your products directly or take them to a sell point. However, any machinery, equipment, specialist sell points, because I'm not going to just stick with this one greenhouse, you'll see what I mean in a moment. Inputs buy points, so if you've got a greenhouse that requires extra inputs, I'm going to need water, therefore I'm going to need a water point at some point. It might be that I'll have a greenhouse later on that requires manure, so I'm going to need manure. I'm not going to be running cows and that kind of stuff. I will purchase those things in. There is a fieldwork fill station. There is a version of that which gives you free stuff. I've put that on the prohibited list. That's for me. Again, you do what you like. So anything you're going to get, whether it's equipment, machinery, specialist sell points, input buy points, whatever it is, must come out of the money earned from this initial greenhouse. So as you're earning money, you've got to decide what you're going to buy. Are you going to buy a sell point first? Are you then going to, when you've got a sell point, are you going to buy a vehicle to be able to move pallets? And again, you can use any mods. I've got the CSZ pack, and again, all the mods I'm using are listed in the description. And then I've got a list in there of greenhouses, because that's when we move on to the next bit. So, where are we? Yes, so you can lease or purchase anything. So when you get machinery and equipment, you don't have to buy it. You can lease it if you want to, that's up to you. But you can't cheat stuff in. You can't suddenly say, oh, I've got this tractor, or I've got this pickup, or I've got this wheel loader, it just came from nowhere, you know. You can only have one greenhouse in place at any time. It's the one greenhouse challenge. One greenhouse to millionaire. But you don't have to stick with this greenhouse. This is your start greenhouse. Once you've earned enough money, I can upgrade this to the medium, to the large. So it means I'd have to remove this, then put the medium in. Then if I want to put the large in, remove the medium, put the large in. If I want to use any other type of greenhouse, and there aren't as many as you think there are. I went in and thought, oh, there'll be tons and tons of greenhouses to choose from. So I've put them peripheral feeder buildings can be utilised if required, again out of the greenhouse profits. So if there's something you want to use to supply your greenhouses, like I said, in Omatana's pack, this will probably be under build mode and tools, which I'm probably going to use at some point. Is it tools? Might be productions actually. We go to productions. It's a dispersal system, which I think is going to be, yeah, here we go, for £1,000. The distributor. That is going to be an absolute must-have. That's really all there is to it. How long is it going to take us to get to 1 million? I'm going to be keeping a check. I'm on 1 day months just to make it easier. We're starting in August. Let's crack on. I'm not going to lie, first couple of months, oh, so it was really bad. Going from August to September when we hit midnight and we got charged our kind of fees for the for having a greenhouse. And then the money goes backwards. It's not going up particularly quickly anyway, but we've hit our first milestone, 500, which means I'm going to turn our strawberries and I'm going to put them to storing, which means it's going to take a little bit longer. However, what we can do now, go into our build mode, go to, what's under tools? No, sell points, wasn't it? Sell points. Mobile utilities, the mobile selling station, which I'm going to put just here in front for the time being. Now this is one of the ones that you can pick up, you can take to a location to sell things. Mobile utilities by Yoss. But when you save the game and come back, it will come back to wherever you placed it in the first place. This is crucial. So now we've gone from starting on $25, earning 508. Now we're down to 8. We're in October, so we're 2 months in. August, September, October. I'm thinking, I thought, yeah, 2-3 months in, we'll get our next greenhouse up. You know, maybe we'll go to the medium or the large, or we'll switch over to a different medium or large and a different type. But if I do that, it means I've got to then get other materials depending on which one I go for. So I guess we carry on. And this is going to take longer than I thought. I want to be a greenhouse millionaire. We're into November. I'm not sure this is even going to work. Right, we got our first pallet. Oh, blimey! Water's going down, and we're in debt. We went past midnight because we only had $8, and it charged us for all our various different bits and bobs. Weirdly, it's been charging me over the course of the day. Overnight, it took us down to minus $37, and over the course of the day, it's gone down. It might be, I don't know, it's at least cost of this. So, if this doesn't work, I've had it. Come on, come on. Oh dear, that's not very good. But we're positive again. Am I positive? Not sure. We're generally in the bank account. We're positive. We're now 6 months in. Things are not going well. Although we've stayed in positive finances, I did switch over from strawberries to tomatoes. You might have noticed. I'm concerned we're not going to earn enough money to even refill our water. I have spent $5 whole on our sleep trigger, so we can skip through faster now. Yep, that's from the Omatana Hobo Farmhouse pack or something like that. Yeah. So, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Come on. Be good to me. Be good to me. So I can't even go for the distribution thing or anything yet because I've got nothing to distribute with. I need to earn enough money. I'm just thinking with the 2,704 litres of water that's left in there. Okay, that's better. How is that only for? Because I'm sure tomatoes 1,000. That was 1,000 litres, was it? 1,016. Mobile selling station 978. Train yard 1,490. Well, we just did it with the mobile selling station. We did not just earn 978. That said 400 and something. Why? Was that pallet not 1,000 litres? So I need to be at a point where I can at least lease the smallest thing possible, whatever it is, with the smallest tanker possible. And it just needs to be something I can transport water in. Is there a bucket mod that I can carry and just take to a water point? Because I think I can put in a water point for... Oh, this is such a risk. Again, this is part of... Is it under tools or containers? Probably containers. There we go. Garden pump, 500. Once purchased, the water's free. We'll move it. I don't want to put it right next to the greenhouse, because if I ever get to a point where I can actually change greenhouses, this could be a catastrophic failure. This could all go horribly wrong. But it's kind of proving a few things. I'm not sure what it's proving. Let's put the pipe there. 502. No, I want it to be 500. There we go. On the money. I don't want to pay any more than I have to. I may have solved my initial problem. Slow going is not the word. Watering can pack. If I remember, I will put it in the description, because I've just located it. I had it installed anyway for another Let's Play. 80 litres this will hold, and I should be able to fill from the tap. Yes. First step. This cost me $30 to buy. You could lease it for $1, and I thought, well, I'm going to keep using it until I get to a point where I don't need it. And then, oh, I didn't check to see if this bit would work, actually. Please work. Oh, phew. So at least now I can keep this greenhouse going indefinitely, because what my concern was, we would run out of water in this small greenhouse before I got to a point I could upgrade greenhouses or upgrade anything. I know it's only 80 litres at a time, but, and I'm just thinking, hopefully if this works and we get to being a millionaire, however many years down the line it ends up being from here, I'll look back on these happy days with fond memories of going backwards and forwards with our watering can, hopefully when I'm using an unrealistic scaled tanker that will hold 500,000 litres, you know, or whatever it might be, and this will seem like a distant memory. Judging by the amount of time it's going to take, it is going to be a distant memory. Here's where we're at. It's May. We're nearly 2 years in. I'm up to 4,789. I ended up setting this on running all three. I moved the sell everything container over to here, so that as pallets spawned, it just automatically sold. I also moved my water pump from over there to over here, so I took a bit of a hit, but that's okay. And put my watering can just here. So what I can do, I can overload into the greenhouse and refill from my pump, because the distance is without having to walk anywhere, because I was wasting a lot of time going backwards and forwards. So we're ready to upgrade. I was going to upgrade to a medium greenhouse, and I thought, well, if I can find another one that potentially will pay out more but just requires water at the moment, because again, there's no good me going for something that requires fertilizers and herbicides, and not herbicides but seed and manure. I just haven't got the money, can't afford it. So I should get some of the money back on the greenhouse. Remember the rule, you can only have one at a time. So okay, so we're up to 6182. So what I'm going to do, we're going to go into production, we're going to go to our greenhouses, and I think I'm going to go for, I don't know if I'm going to use all of them at some point, or just, like I say, I was going to just go up one and go to the medium, then up to the large, and then carry on from there. But I need one that just does water. What just water? Oh, the coffee one does, and it's only £3 grand. Spin that round. Overlaps another object. What object does it overlap with? I'm just going to put it there anyway. Okay, so in theory, please work, I should be able to overload my water and refill from the same place. Brilliant, so I've got to move that. So I can start straight away. Let's open that. We have upgraded. We've got 39 litres of water in there. Coffee pods, let's go. Am I going to put them on storing? I'm going to put them on storing. I still don't understand what's going on with the... What is that stops? There we go. So I'll just keep pressing the button until I get full. I don't know how much water it's going to take until it gets full. and I'll just keep topping up every now and again. So what I'll do now, nearly we got May, June, July, then we're into August again. Yeah, so we need 2 years in. What I'm going, actually, you know what I'm going to do? I can't move the pallets, can I? But it might give me other options for selling. I'm going to put in at this point my first sell point. Well, other than the one I've got, the mobile one, I'm going to do a sell everything. But I'm going to put it over here out of the way. I want it to be 1,000, not lots of money. 1,002, that'll do. So let's put a sell point in. What I'm hoping is, if I decide to sell directly, like I say, I'm not sure what's going on, because the lettuce and the various different things were saying they were paying over 1,000 for 1,000 litres, and then when it was selling using this, even this was saying 1,000, and I was getting half that. So I'm not sure. Well, I'm on normal economy, and it shouldn't make any difference, but they look very suspicious, those plants, don't they? Suspicious plants. So you go. Right, we're off again. I haven't skipped ahead time yet. I'm in the process of using my watering can to fill this up, and I'm at a point where I'm at 5,750 litres in here. My coffee pods are going, that's great. It's taken a while. I'm assuming this goes up to maybe 10,000 litres or something like that. So I need an alternative. So I was thinking, again, anything at the mod hub's fine. I've downloaded that, 3,250 to buy. I'm not going to buy it, but if I leased it, I'm not going to make any changes to it, leave it exactly as it is. Don't think there's any additional costs on that. And press lease. 165, that's all, which is actually not too bad. We'll give it a go. Lease it for 165, and then if we come down to our tools and we go to animals, again, I needed something really that's not going to cause it to topple. Anything that puts its weight over the rear hitch is not going to help too much. But there's that I'm using at the moment on my Survive to Farm. 2,000 litres, way quicker than 80 litres at a time. It's only 500 to buy, so if I don't make any changes, I can lease that for 25. So for less than 200, I should have myself a rig that I can fill that up with really quickly. The watering can, I mean, it didn't cost it hardly. Did I lease that or buy it? I can't remember. We can put it to one side. I'm going to go and grab that rig, and we'll fill up. I'll pop this over here. It's part of what we've purchased, and then I'll speed up time and we'll see how we get on. Let's drop that watering can there. Back in a moment. Let's see. I mean, I say let's see. It's 2,000 litres. Like I say, it's way quicker. It's just whether or not it should work. So I shouldn't have the problem with water's free. It hasn't tipped up the little quad, which is great. So I'm starting to think actually this is going to be much higher capacity, 774. Yeah. So I'm going to carry on topping this up, then I'll speed up time and I'll see you again in a little while. What if I can do what I did before, potentially get this equidistant, start filling, there we go, and get the unload point. So as it chugs, how much water is this taking? Okay, well, might be 20,000 litres now, but it's quicker than the watering can, so worth every penny. Where are we at in our progress? We've got 15 grand in the bank. We've also got some bits. I'm trying to think of what clips I've shown. Starting off from our very basic greenhouse, and it took a while. We were 2 years in. The coffee one was a good shout. The purchase point that I'm using, the mobile one, I've just left it sat here, and that's working perfectly for when anything spawns, it sells automatically. I have, for 1,000, placed the Omatana distribution centre. I showed a little clip of it, didn't really talk about it. That should be wherever the thing is for accessing it. It's here somewhere. There we go. We're full of water at the moment, which is great. I filled it to 500,000 litres. How I managed to do that, we went from the watering can at 80 litres to that small pull-along one, which I rented, didn't buy it, which was 2,000 litres. I've purchased this one. This is one of the TARDIS pack ones from Omatana's pack. That's 20,000 litres. I also purchased this, which was 3,900 or 4,000, I think it was, just over. So we've got this. It has got a fair bit in it at the moment. So all I'm doing is making sure I keep that topped up to 500,000 litres. That's set to distributing. So that is distributing to my greenhouse, which means I can keep chugging away. Don't have to worry about coming anywhere near that. I've just recently placed this. This is a multi-fruit buying station. It's not a discounted one or anything like that. I'm going to see how we do price-wise, because once we've used all the water out of this, I'm going to put some liquid fertiliser in it, because the next greenhouse I'm going to swap to, not yet because I haven't got enough money to just yet, is one that requires liquid fertiliser. I think it's a hydroponics one. I think that's what I'm going for next. Is liquid fertiliser and water. Now the liquid fertiliser I can put into here. As you can see, oh, it's solid fertiliser. Okay, well, liquid fertiliser we can do. When we get on to some of the other ones that do these, we can. And we'll see how that performs. Like I said, I'm going to try a few, and if it turns out the coffee one is the best one, then I'll just leave it on the coffee one. And all I've been doing now is, rather than speeding up time, I've just been going to my sleep trigger, my little mat, and I've just been bouncing right the way through. So we're now into our 4th year. We're December of our 4th year. So from August through to, yeah, our 4th year. The sell point was already in. So what I'm going to do now, because I want to have a go at, rather than using that sell point, I'm going to buy this, not lease it, not that one, this one, because it's only 15 grand. It's noisy, it's just the way it is. Leave it at basic, 15 grand. I'm going to buy that, but I'm also going to get, and it shouldn't be too expensive, hopefully, to make it easier for moving the pallets. Again, anything you want out of the mod hub, as long as it's from the mod hub, there's nothing nefarious about that. The big bag handler is only 250. Skid steer loader, and I'm going to go with the 4 metre to allow me to pick up multiple pallets if I want to. Buy that for 250. We're now down to 212, but I'm going to move this out of the way now. The next couple of pallets that spawn, I'm going to actually move them into the sell point. If I get more money moving them than using this, and this worked perfectly to start off with, for only 500, it was a no-brainer. I'll move it right out of the way so it doesn't interfere with anything. I'm going to go and get my new skid steer loader, and that skid steer loader will come in handy. And again, I'm buying stuff. I did start off leasing, and if that's the way you need to go to save money, then save money, and then we'll crack on. Right, we're into November. It's year 5, and this is working out fine. I'm bouncing between whichever one gives the best price, whether it's this one or the sell point at the moment that gives the best price, but I'm ready to switch this out. So we've just gone over into a new pallet, so I thought, okay, so what I'm going to do, this probably seems a churlish thing to do, but we'll come out of there and move out of the way, go into our build mode, go to production, and go to our greenhouses. And the hydroponics one we're going to put in. I need to make sure I put it the right way around. It's not overlapping, or so it cost me a little bit more than I wanted it to. Whoa, 10,035. We've got enough. So let's put that in. So this is going to require water and liquid fertiliser. So what I'm going to do now is, with the remaining money, this is a good way to spend all the money you just made. But again, like I said, we need to find the one, you know, the one that does the best for us. So, liquid fertiliser, let's get what we can with what we got. How have I gone into minus 20? Okay. I'm now in debt again. Brilliant. Let's put a liquid fertiliser in. I don't know how long it's going to last. Oh, that's what it took. Okay, well that's good. Now, will this operate? If I go past the next hour, it's going to put water in from our distribution. So what do I put it on? Yeah, 10 to 10, so it's going to be way faster. It's going to be 10 times fast, not twice as fast. That's right, isn't it? Because if the other ones are 1 to 1, 2 to 1, and a 1 to 2, that's 10. So the recipe's 10 times... Oh, I tell you what, this could be a good one. Shall I go with tomatoes first or strawberries? Just go strawberries. And we'll see what happens, shall we? Material's missing, so what I've got to do, speed up time. On the next hour, boom, our water goes in, so we should have a little bit in there. There we go. That is absolutely hooning. Look at it go. Oh, this could be the one. This could be the one. Don't know, we'll see how we go. Again, single greenhouse. One pallet already. What we'll do is we'll move this. We won't be making money per pallet, but that being said, let's turn around that way. Is it that way around? Doesn't really matter, I don't suppose. Oh, I'll tell you what, mind you, the liquid fertiliser, how fast are we getting through it? Okay, not horrendously. So what I'll do is I'll use the last liquid fertiliser in here. So that's going to keep just gradually taking from there till it runs out. That'll keep going, and then this is distributing into there on the hour. I'll check on that again, so I can top that out once I've run out of liquid fertiliser, and let's see how we get on. Hydroponics, people, hydroponics. Okay, it's February, we're in deep into year 6. 5 is done, 6 we're into. So the liquid fertiliser that I purchased and was running out of the tank, I just wanted to, whatever I bought, I was going to let that run down. So that has now run down. There's water in there, but all the liquid fertiliser is gone. I put it onto lettuce because lettuce was selling the best, and look at our money, 79,768. This could be the one, but we're going to try some other things. We're going to, because we might find one that's better. So could I get to my million just using this one greenhouse? Absolutely. If I keep that topped up with liquid fertiliser and water and just run through month after month after month, year after year after year, we could hit our million. Easier than we have been doing up to this point. That's the point. But what I'm going to do now is invest a little bit of our money. Different greenhouse. I'm going to buy a trailer or lease a trailer now, and I'm going to try and top this up now with some of the bits and bobs we need. So I'm going to buy some seed, I'm going to buy some solid fertiliser, I'm going to buy some manure. Solid fertiliser, I'm going to use the farm supply pack by the lot. Seed will just come out of a silo. I don't think we've got a seed option that's particularly cheap. And then manure, I don't know what's going to be the cheapest option. We've got some money, so what I'm going to do, if we go to, I've used this before as well, again only 500, so I'll put that over here. Shall we put it over here? Yeah, let's put it there. So that's a purchase point for manure. Now that could be cheaper than buying it from the Buying Things silo. So what I'll do is I'll buy a little bit from there, see what the price comes up, then I'll buy a little bit from there, see what the price comes up. Whichever one's cheaper, I'll use that for doing the manure. Put a load of manure in there, we'll put seed in, we'll put some fertiliser in. That way, whatever one we put in here that requires any of those things, it can all distribute out of this. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to demolish that, so we get a little bit of money back on that, which is nice. And we're going to go from there to our production, to our greenhouses, and I'm going to go for greenhouse with seed and fertiliser and the large version. Yeah, there is actually, it's a little bit more expensive. I mean, it's very much more. We'll try this one first just to see if the production's as quick as the hydroponic. If it's not, then fine. Looks like water, everything there by the looks of it. Again, a little bit more. Put it in. Let's have a quick look, shall we? I might do lettuce again, but yeah, so we have both lettuce running. That one with water, seed and solid fertiliser, and that one with water, seed and manure. The water will come over on the hour, no problem at all. So I need seed and fertiliser now. So I've got to purchase or lease a trailer. So as far as trailers go, I'm going to go with either... I don't think I've got the Colossus Harvester pack installed. Did I do that or not? Maybe not. Oh, I have, yeah. Titan trailer. That's a bit bonkers. One of these ones. So the TARDIS trailer is 14,500 to buy. 20 or 30,000 litres. And for 15,500 we can have the 150,000 to 200,000. So if I go 150,000 litres, 16,300, and then we own that. So again, probably a good shout. So what I'm going to do now is come from there into here, go to our pallets, and I'm going to get some fertiliser. So again, we've got a bit of investment in here, but this should be an investment moving forward. So I'm going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So for 6 grand, 30,000 litres. We'll see how this works. Let's empty that in. I'm going to push that just there out of the way for a moment. Let's go and get some of these filled up. I'm going to try with the manure. Seed will be the other thing as well. That's going to be a little bit of an expense, but we shouldn't need as much of that. Let's get that running and see how that turns out. If it turns out it's not what we wanted, if it's not as productive as the hydroponics, we can move on to a different one, try something else. We might try hops, we might try something else. If it means we come back to running the hydroponic, then we'll just run that. But I want to try out and see if we can find something better that will make it quicker and easier for us to get to our... We can refill our tip from here, so we've got to lift these up, because at 5,000 litres you need something pretty hefty to lift them. And I'll see you in a bit. We are 7.5 years in, and I have to say, this one, oh, it's working an absolute amount of money. What I did was let this distribute into here until they were full. As you can see, we're just under half. The seed's been going down a lot quicker. I've had to replenish the seed a couple of times. But the solid fertiliser, manure, and the water, obviously that's on a constant cycle, because the water I can refill for free, that's not a problem. And we've made the profit we've made just going through the solid fertiliser and manure. Like I say, seed a little bit more, but we've still got some in here. We've still got 12,935 litres. Solid fertiliser manure, we've still got tons in storage, so no problem at all. But one of the other provisos of this challenge is that the initial loan of 5,000 to buy our greenhouse and get our water gets repaid. No, not borrow. There we go. That's repaid now. So when we hit our million, we have truly hit a million. We don't owe anything. The initial greenhouse, the base game one, was paid for. So we're 163,550. 7.5 years in. I'm going to let this continue until it runs out of the... well, the solid fertiliser more than the manure, because the manure is a lot cheaper. As you can see, when I think I put 2 screenshots up. Buying it from here was 1,300 for 40,000 litres. Buying it at the buy station was just over 1,000 for 40,000 litres. So it's cheaper buying it there, negligible, and to be fair, for the amount and what the price is, that's not a problem at all. So I don't want to waste that 1,345 litres of solid fertiliser, so I'm going to let this continue to run month after month until the solid fertiliser runs out. Then we're going to switch greenhouse. So wherever we're at that point, I think the next production greenhouse we might look at, so we're on this at the moment, greenhouse with seed and fertiliser. I don't know whether or not, because these are expensive. It's a very large greenhouse. I don't know what the recipe is on those, or like the recipes. Multi-crop greenhouses. There's a large one for 10 grand, and you can do all sorts with that. So you could pick some like soybean maybe. So maybe it's still a greenhouse. Maybe that one next. And we'll see what the production's like on that. That one requires lime as well though. So we'd have to get some lime. But we can do that. All the other things we've got, that's why I got the distribution thing, so maybe that one. And then I want to try the hop one before the end as well, before we get to the end. I don't know if I'm going to do any of these ones. But again, you pick and choose which ones you want to do. It's entirely up to you. Orchards and greenhouse pack. It's got all those, but I think I might stick a hops one in, because I can't remember what hops cost. That's expensive though, 56,400 for the greenhouse. I don't know. Tree nursery one, we could definitely give that a go. That requires wood chips as well though. So yeah, we're in that kind of realm of, there's a whole load of stuff. I mean, like, again, the same with the previous one, and the same, you know, with the coffee one. Each one has got progressively better. I didn't know that. I thought we might get one that was worse. We could continue now and hit our million just using this. We don't have to swap out, but we might find one that's better. We are into April. We're up to 182,000. It is time to swap greenhouses. So this one is going to be demolished, and we're going to go for the multi-crop? Yeah, multi-crop, not multi-fruit. I think this one, it's what's the word I was going to say? You don't pick the crop. It does batches of 3 based on crop type. We'll have a look. It will show us. Yeah, so you've got grain crops, fruit and veg. Where's just got the soybean? That, oh, there, the Carif. So that's... Oh, okay. Soybean, cotton and corn. Fine, we'll do that. I'm going to get some lime. We'll put some lime in. Oh, that doesn't look too healthy, does it? We'll get the lime in, and then what we'll have to do, we'll speed up time. Once we go past the next hour, it will distribute what it needs into the greenhouse from our distribution hub. I was thinking, because on this map, and again, it depends what map you're on, the train station here on Western Wilds pays out way more. So potentially moving forward, what I could think about doing is getting an auto-load trailer, if it will take the particular pallet. If it doesn't, then I might have a problem. But it might be worth loading pallets onto a trailer and taking them to the other sell point, because I can get more at that sell point. Or do I just say, you know what, it will take a bit longer, but just let them automatically go. I don't know how much lime I'm going to need on here, so I suppose what I could do, and it's a bit dodgy, but if I've got lime left over, oh, okay, is that all it took? Blimey. Because what I've been doing is just letting it run out once it's had its first, let's say, check on this, make sure these are all set to distributing. So what I do when I'm done with whatever I'm doing at the particular time, I switch them off back to storing. So on the next hour, I don't think I'm missing anything, am I? How are we looking? Boom. We're golden. How much does that put in? Okay, let's put a little bit of everything in. So if I let that tick over each hour, and that will gradually add more seed, more fertiliser and whatever. That's running all right. Well, yeah, we'll see how we go. I mean, at the end of the day, it could work out better than the last. It could be worse. And then we'll pick and choose which one we want. Once we've done that, we'll get to our million. Nice. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're into year 10. December, we're up to 316,455. That's not bad. That's not bad. Not quite a third of the way. Not bad. So this multi-crop one, the reason I've stopped here is because we're down to 89 litres of seeds, 97 of lime, 831 of solid fertiliser. We're going to lose a little bit on there, but just add more in to balance it all out. It was too finicky. We're at a point where we're going to change. So, next swap, let's demolish. We may well come back to this one, like I said, unless we find something better. So now we're going to go from there to our productions, to our greenhouses. Now, I was going to jump straight up to hops. Now, I say jump up to. I'm only saying up to because the size of it. I don't know. I don't know. I can't remember what hops cost, what they're worth. Whether it's worth doing, whether the production speed's any good. I honestly can't remember. I literally just downloaded all the greenhouses that I could find and thought, we'll go through, we'll have a look and see what's what. I might have a go at the tree nursery. Once I have a go at it, just place it and start shouting at it, you know. But I'd like try it out. I've done those. Did the hydroponics, we did the coffee. Greenhouse and nursery mod. See, shrub greenhouse, that's not too bad. We've got all that stuff already. It's a fair size at 40 grand. But it's that thing of, it's 40 grand, and if it doesn't work, do I keep it running until I get my 40 grand back? Shall I try it? How big is it? I mean, we can try that, I guess. Okay, well, let's do it. It's brave, it's stupid. I don't know whether this is going to be the right thing to do. Water, solid fertilizer and seed. We can do all of those. We have the technology, people. We have the technology. So what we should be able to do now, actually what I need to, I haven't checked on here. How are we looking for our resources? I have to put these onto, what do I need? Solid fertilizer and seed. Solid fertilizer and seed. And they need to go to distributing, Muppet. So I've just wasted a couple of hours getting overexcited. Next hour, come on. Right, the question is, how fast do these produce? Why am I not showing? Oh, there we go. How are we looking? Oh, that's slow. Okay. Maybe not the best of ideas. Okay, we're into January. Oh, that's what I was going to do. Well, that's just ticking away for the time being. Just because I'm just curious, and I'm sure people will be like, oh yeah, how do we know? If you look across in the right-hand column, years played, 11. I'm showing that we're in our 10th year, not our 11th year. How have I miscalculated? I'm sure we're not. Oh, well, it's saying 11. I'll go by that. It obviously knows better than I do. So we're into February. That's our first failure. It didn't work. It was just too slow. I'm not repainting, recovering, resurfacing floors or anything like that. So we'll go back to our production. We'll try that other one. Like I say, why not? You never know. It's a little bit cheaper, this one. A little bit smaller as well. Again, so what we'll do is I'm going to swing around. Doesn't matter which way around. I'll just make sure I've got the sell points up around. I've got my manage point over here, 15,061. Don't understand why. It's 15 grand. And my land's flat because the last one I just placed. But anyway, whatevs. that's what the young'uns say in it. What do we need in here? Water, seed, manure. Oh yeah, wood chips on this one. So we'll get some wood chip. So slight more of an expense. I do need to top up my water again here. I think I might buy some more seed actually. I didn't really talk about the seed, did I? I showed a little clip of it, but under the multi-fruit greenhouse pack, multi-crop greenhouse pack, we've got these here, 2,700 for 4,000 litres. So I'm going to get 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll go with 4. We've got some left, but that's only going to cost us 8,100. So you know, what's money at this point? I don't know how much wood chip this takes, so we'll only take a little bit to start off with because I keep doing it, buying 50,000 litres of something. Let's go with 7, 420. Not going to break the bank. If we have to buy more, put the wood chip in. There we go. Will it take all of it? Yes, so now we can have a look at... Okay, not too much more. So maybe 8,000 litres. We'll leave it at that for the time being. If I need to put some more in, we will. Engine off. And what we'll do what we've done before. We'll speed up time. Oh, hang on though. Hang on though, because I keep forgetting this bit. Make sure these are set to distributing. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm an idiot. I thought I clicked them onto distributing and I hadn't. Once I realised nothing had moved over, I went back and put them onto distributing. I clicked them onto selling. I couldn't understand because I got flustered. I couldn't understand how all of a sudden my seed, fertiliser, manure were all empty, but my money's gone up to 356,000, and then I will reset my finances. All I do is I'll lease and return a couple of items, whatever I need to lease and return, to get myself back to where I was, because I don't want this to be accused of being a cheat or anything like that. So that's where I'll get to. Then I'll get these running, and when I come back to the clip, hopefully the next clip will be us selling some of these. That's the plan. I'll get them all switched back on again. We've got water, we've got wood chip in there, which is great. I'll get the other things in back into the silo, and I'll get going again. Apologies for that. Okay, second greenhouse failure. It only produces very small pallets. I've bought a second one of these mobile cell points because it was placing so many with very little capacity to them. I think some of them were selling for $25, some a little bit more, but they were placing so many down there. My first one here wasn't catching them all, especially if I was skipping ahead of time. So yeah, it didn't work. Failure. Let's get these out of the way. So I think now then we've given them a crack. Let's go. Trouble is, I did what I said I was going to do. I showed you the clip. So I got ourselves back to where we were. We were on 283,956, but then I bought some extra seed and fertiliser to replace what I accidentally sold. So we went down a little bit. We're almost back to where we were. So unfortunately, live and learn. That one's going. I lost a little bit of seed on that, nothing horrendous. So I guess I haven't tried these ones. Greenhouse and Nursery mod. There's some interesting fruits in there, but if it's anything like that one, not raving. So I don't know. Do I go straight to this one? Again, it's an expense which we may have to then recover massively. Oh blimey, that's not bigger than I thought it was going to be. It's not bigger than I remember it being, should I just say that? So let's wow. Let's get as straight as we can. See what I'll do. There we go. We're not overlapping anything, are we? It's not saying we are. Let's put it there. Oh, it's taking us down a big old chunk though, isn't it? Okay. So what's required on this? Let's get the doors open. Don't think this needs anything over and above what we've already got. Oh yeah, lime. So I have to get some more lime. So we can get the hops on, although it's going to be showing nothing. They're going to be on storing. The other items, I need to go into here and make sure these, because we need water, seed and solid fertiliser. So water, seed, make sure it's on distributing, and solid fertiliser, distributing. Now if I recall, this took quite a lot of stuff. I've got to be careful. When I skip ahead 1 hour, I'm going to put it back onto, because I don't want it. Recipe looks quite good. I don't know, we'll see. Sorry, recipe looks quite good. Yeah, maybe. Again, price-wise, we'll see. Let's get some lime in and we'll crack on with this. And if this one fails, I'll go back to the best one we've had so far was the multi-crop one when we were running the Carif crops that had the soybean, the corn and the cotton. That was the most productive and the most money. So if this one doesn't work, if this one isn't better than that, we'll go back to that single. I mean, technically this is one greenhouse, although it's two. It's one greenhouse. That's how it comes. I haven't gone with the modular greenhouse. Did I mention that right at the start? If you want to go down that route, go for it. Because if technically modular, if you put loads of modules together, it is still technically one greenhouse, although it's huge. That could be a faster way of doing it. I'm not going down that route. I'm not getting caught up in all that. So let me put some lime in. So how much it takes, I'll put a little bit in to start off with, and then we'll did I miss? Yeah, of course I did. That's worrying. Let's have a look. Okay, not far off. That's how we've been pretty close with some of these. So the others are set to distributing. We'll skip past 1 hour, because if it takes like 30,000 litres of each or something, that's our entire supply, which none of the others have done yet, but it's always a risk. So we're at 8:05. Let's go to here. Scary times. Okay, let's put that back onto real time. Please don't have taken all of my seed and fertiliser. Okay, that's all right. So it's going to go up gradually. I thought it would suddenly go wallop and take, you know, absolutely tons of it. So that's running now. Look at it, 132 litres already. This could be all right. 133. So what I'll do, I'll speed up time. We'll see how we get on with this. If this works out great, I may stay on this until we hit 1 million. Or, and again, it's now just time. If this doesn't work out as I think it's going to, or hope it's going to, then we'll go back to the other one. I'll show that. I might not talk. I'll just show it switching over, and I'll run that again. It was just going to be time then. So it's going to be a case of now we can hit 1 million. We know we can hit 1 million. How long is it going to take? Ladies and gentlemen, this was the one. This is what we've been building up to. We started with the basic small, and we're up to the hop one. And this is insane. I'm going to show you. Obviously, the price fluctuates across the year. So into October, we might get a little bit lower. We're up to 825,000. We're closing in fast on the million. We are in September going into October, our 12th year. So 12 years into this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you what I've been doing. So we'll skip ahead a day, a month, and then we'll rush forward because I'm going to show you how nuts this is. But it's brilliant. It's what we wanted. This is what we kind of been aiming for. I was happy to go back to the other one if this didn't work, but this is working. I mean, boy, is this working. So we go and look in here. We've got 11. Well, we were full on our hops. So every time it places them, I've got the 2 things there for selling as well. It'll do the next row, then the next row, then the next row, and it will keep chugging away until it gets all of those hops sold. All of them here will all go. I need to put a little bit more lime in. I have purchased a little bit more fertiliser and a little bit more seed because it's getting through it. But the fact it's getting through it is fine because of what we're making. So it's working. It's doing what we should be doing. Like I say, we are September, year 12. We're going to work through this year, October, November, then we'll get into the next year, technically. So it'll be 13 years. Because we started in August, it's weird because you don't start at the start of the year. We start midway through, so we're going to straddle a year into 13. I will see you. I just wanted to show you this bit. We should be at 1 million. Maybe by the end of this year, potentially into the next one. Single greenhouse, millionaire, potentially 13 years. We might get it done in 12. Nice. Ladies and gentlemen, we cracked it. We are millionaires. And this can keep on going if we wanted to. We're in our 13th year, so in January, because we went past December into January, technically, if we go down one, we are in years played 13. So 13, I'm saying 12, but 13 years is what it's saying on there. We've still got water, seed, solid fertiliser and lime in there. That can keep chugging away. We've hit the million. Did we manage to do it with one greenhouse? We did, one greenhouse at a time. Was it a struggle at first? Yes, but like everything else in game, I've always said, you're doing start from scratch, whatever you're doing, you hit that tipping point. When you hit that tipping point, it's all gravy. When you're starting to make money, when you're starting to do stuff, when you've surrounded yourself with the machinery, the equipment and stuff you need, stuff that works. In all honesty, this I barely used. I did use these more than anything because the prices using this, the mobile utilities sell point, so the mobile sell point, were pretty much equitable to the sell everything. Could I have loaded up trailers and taken them to the sell point here on the map? Yes, absolutely. If you get a great demand and it's way more, could you do it a different way? Could you do it with different greenhouses? Could you do it faster? I don't know. That's down to you. Do you need to solve problems starting off early? Yes. Was it fun doing it with a watering can when we started out? No. But we got there. We hit 1 million. Can it be done? Yes, it can. And that's it. This has taken me 2 days to get this all done and worked out and running and recorded. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please hit that like button. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do, do some greenhouses. And thanks for watching.